Traffic is getting worse by the day, drivers are becoming more and more unruly, and it is faster to find the fountain of youth than to find a parking spot. But why should a luxury car owner compromise in such situations? That is why Mercedes-Benz have something like the GLA. It is about 4.4 meters long and just what you need for a city like Pune. The GLA is available with two engine options, and if we had to pick, we would pick only one among them, but we'll come back to that by the end of the video. As of now, all you need to know is that both are 4-cylinder units. There's a petrol and a diesel, 7-speed transmission for the petrol and 8-speed for the diesel. This is the most car-like car in Mercedes-Benz's current lineup because there are not a lot of touchscreens, just one console for the driver and one small touchscreen here. Most of the essential controls are buttons, and therefore it feels more like a car than anything else. And inside, the treatment for the materials used, the way it's laid out, all of that spells out luxury. But we feel that the fit and finish could have been a little bit better because on some roads we can hear a bit of squeaks and rattles, and that is not exactly luxury. In my opinion, this is a car that is best suited for single people because single people need a lot of space in the back row, but a lot of comfort is not essential. And if you want to drive somewhere for a very long time, like for example, you get up at 4 in the morning and go from Pune to Kanyakumari, this car can do it. But then doing the same thing with a family, well, definitely the family members will hate you and end up cursing you for doing that unearthly trip at that unearthly hour. For rides like that with the family, you need to invest in something like the GLC. But if you want to live as a bachelor or as a single woman for the rest of your life, then this is the excellent car for it because it supports single person driving and to be driven around as a couple on those very exciting occasions. And for that reason, the GLA is the perfect car for people who want stress-free driving and to be seen in a Mercedes. The GLA is not about sporty driving, it's not about driving off-road, and it's not even about grand touring. This is a car that focuses primarily on two things. One is luxury and the second is practicality, which is why it has such a big boot. Right now you join me behind the wheel of the petrol GLA, and immediately I can tell you that this is not the car you have to buy. If you enjoy driving or if you just want to have a comfortable ride, actually for any reason that you may be driving for, the diesel is the better bet. It makes more power and more torque, and this petrol engine is quite noisy, so you're not getting that extra refinement by opting for a petrol. And that said, the dynamics of the car are brilliant. It feels exactly its size and allows one to drive it very confidently. So if you have a new driver in the family and you want to equip them with the Mercedes, then this is the one to start with because it gives that amount of freedom. It takes away a lot of the stress, and that should make one feel right at home in a Mercedes. It does this all the time, keeps informing me about turns and schools and so on. I've tried to switch it off, but I haven't been able to find the correct switch so far. That is the only annoying thing about this car because everything else, be it potholes, speed breakers and all that, you can go over it without thinking a second time. Fewer people are getting married now as compared to a few decades ago, and a fewer of them are deciding to have children. But our cities are getting more and more congested. So in such an environment, small cars are the way forward, and a lot of manufacturers are not taking this space seriously, which is why we must appreciate Mercedes-Benz's effort to give us a car that is ideal for these conditions. For that rating, and because it costs a little less than rupees 50 lakh, we are going to give this a solid 9 out of 10. This is Joshua Varghese signing off for MAD.